name, I have an employee ID, I have an employee department, I have an employee salary. Now suppose my requirement is like based on the employee salary, based on their highest to the lowest salary, I have to define a rank. So in this case what I have to do, based on their salary descending order, I will define one rank. So you can see who is the highest earning employee, Alice. You can see the 5,000, his salary is the highest, right? So I will assign a rank 1. And after that, Bob, his salary is 2,000, and the Charlie, his salary is also same. Then I will give a rank 3. Then we have a David, then we'll give rank 4. Then AV, his salary is also same, but we'll give the rank 5. So whenever you get a scenario like this, whenever you have to assign a rank or number based on the certain condition, we use a row number, rank and dance rank. Now few of the use case, based on that we can differentiate the row number, rank and dance rank. So whenever I will use a row number, in this case what will happen, it will assign a unique number for each rows. Now here you can see the highest earning employee is 5,000, so he got rank 1. After that you can see Bob and Charlie, his salary is 3,000. But what actually I am doing, randomly I am assigning a rank 2 for this Bob and rank 3 for this Charlie. This is the randomly, but both salaries same, right? But then also I am assigning a rank 2 and 3. And for David and Evie, you can see his salary is 2,000 same only, but I am assigning a rank 4 and the rank 5. So whenever you will use a row number, in this case what will happen, sequential number you will get based on the your condition. Even though you have a duplicate record, the sequential number only it will generate. So that is the row number use case. Now when you will use a dance rank, in this case what will happen, who is the highest earning employee, Alice, so he will get rank 1. After that, who is the second one, you can see Bob, right? His salary is 3,000, but you can see this Charlie's salary is also 3,000, so he will also get the rank 2. And after that, David 2,000, so he will get the rank 3. And after that you can see for the employee ID 5, his salary is also 2,000, he will also get rank 3 because this 2,000 same salary, right? So he'll get the rank 3. His salary is 3,000, he will get the rank 2. So when you will use a dance rank, in this case what will happen, if any duplicate value is there, then it will assign the same rank for that. So that is the thing we have to remember for the dance rank. Now when you will use a rank, right, in this case what will happen, who is the highest earning employee, Alice, right? So he will get rank 1. Now after that you can see who is the second highest earning employee, employee ID 2 and 3, right? So both salaries 3,000. So in this case also what will happen, same salary, same rank it will get assigned, 2 and 2. And after that you can see the third is the David, right? His salary is 2,000. So in this case ideally it should come 3, right? Because we have assigned 2 employee the same rank, 2 and it should be 3, right? But we are assigning the same rank. So in this case what will happen, the next will be a 4. It will not come 3 because 2 employees are getting a same. So we are assigning 2. Then because 2 are getting a same rank, then after that we'll assign a rank 4. And 5 also is the same salary, right? So we'll assign a same rank 4. So suppose I'll take another example. Suppose I have a salary like this, 5,000, 3,000, 3,000. Let's consider this also a 3,000. Now in this case when I will use a rank, right, this rank when I will use, so what will happen, who is the highest earning, this. After this this is the second, this is the second, this is the second. So 2, 3, 4 and after that the fifth will come. So like that the rank will work. So based on the, if 3 employees are getting a same rank, so based on that it will try to create a graph and it will give me the number. So whenever you have to generate a sequence number based on their ranking or something, then we use a row number. Whenever you have a duplicate records and based on the duplicate records you want to assign a same rank for the duplicate number, we use a dance rank. Here without gap it will generate a number. But in the case of the rank, what will happen, it will generate a same number for the duplicate record and after that it will give gap and it will generate the number. So that is the thing we have to remember for the row number, rank and the dance rank. Now let's see with the practical how actually we can use. So you can see I have this tables, employee table. This is the table I have. in this table I have a name, employee ID, department and salary. Now I want to assign a rank based on their highest salary to the lowest salary. So what actually I will use, how actually I can use a row number, select star comma a row number. So what you have to use, a row number. After that you have to use over clause. We'll use order by, because based on the highest to the lowest salary we want, right? Order by salary descending. We'll give the column name as RN from employees one table. So if I'll do this, so what will happen, because I am using a row number, right? So in this case what will happen, this RN, this I have created a new column, right, with the help of the row number. So what actually it is doing, based on their salary it is assigning a rank. So 5,000 is the highest salary, right? So it is assigned the rank 1. Then for 3,000 it assigned rank 2. For 3,000 it assigned the 3, then 4 and the 5. Now same thing, suppose if I am using a dense rank here. So in this case what will happen, select star dense rank over clause, and we have to use order by salary descending as RN from employees one table. Now in this case I am using a dense rank, so our output will be, you can see these two are getting a same salary, right? So it's assigned the rank 2, and after that these two are same salary, so it's assigned the rank 3 for both, so without any gap. Now if I use a rank here, the same query, if we had to use a rank, so in this case what will happen, it will also generate a unique number, but if any duplicate is present, so it will assign the same rank, and after that with gap it will start and it will generate the number. So in the case of the rank, with gap it will generate a number. In dense rank it will not generate with a gap. So that is the only difference you have to remember, and that is important interview question also. Now suppose these three together you have to write, so how actually you can write? So what I will use, select star comma row number, this thing I will use row number, order by salary descending, I'll give as a RN comma, I will use a dense rank, so this I will give as a RN1. After that I will use a rank. This I will assign a rank 3 from employees table. Now if I'll execute this, now you can see this RN is for the row number, so it assigned a unique number for each rows. RN1, if duplicate is there, then it is assigning the same rank, and after that it assigning the next one. In the case of the rank, what is happening, with gap actually it will assign the number. So this is the thing we have to remember. So whenever you have to generate a sequence of number, we use a row number, rank and the answer rank. So where actually it will be useful. Now suppose you have to find out who is the fifth highest earning employee, who is the second highest earning employee, who is the third highest earning employee. So we will try to generate a row number like this or rank like this, and based on that I can find out who is the second highest earning employee. When I will do where RN1 equal to the 2, right? So I will get the who is the second highest earning employee, Bob and the Charlie. So like that actually I will get. Here if I will use a row number, it will not work because two people are getting the same salary, right? So who is the second highest? So if I will use a dense rank here, I will get the correct number because Bob and Charlie both are earning the same employee. So based on the use case, actually we use a row number, dense rank and the rank. So I hope you got the idea. Yeah, that's it in this. So thanks. Hello everyone, so we are going to continue our Windows function topic, and in this particular video we are going to learn about the lead and lag. So let's learn how actually we can use a lead and lag function in a SQL. So lead and lag are Windows function that allow you to access data from next row or previous row. For taking example, suppose this is the table I have. This is my one of the table. Here I have a transaction ID, salesperson, transaction date, and the amount. Now suppose your requirement is like, first you will sort the data based on the transaction date. So once I will sort the data, this will look like this. So I have a transaction ID, and based on this particular date, 1st of January, total amount sales happen on the 500. On the second, total amount sales happen on the 200. On third, 300. On fifth, 450. On the sixth, 700. On eighth, 300. This many transaction happen. Now suppose your requirement is like, what is the previous amount before to the 1st of January, its total amount of sales happen. So before, because it's starting from 1st of January, right? So previous will be 0. Now what is the previous salary, previous amount before to the 2nd January? So before to 2nd January, how much total amount sales happen? This 500, right? So this is the 500. What is the total amount sales happen before the 3rd of January? So before 3rd of January, we have a 2nd of January, right? So the total amount is 200. So we will mention 200. What is the before 5th of January? 3rd of January, 300. So whenever you have to find the previous salary, whenever you have to find the previous rows value, whenever your requirement is like where you want to get the previous rows value, we use a lag. We use a lag. Whenever you have to calculate what is the previous value of this 500, what is the previous value of this 200, right? What is the previous value of this 200? So we have written 200. What is the previous value of 200? 500. So we have written 500. So whenever you will have a requirement like this, then we use a lag function. Now what is lead? So whenever you have to calculate the next rows value, then we use a lead function. So what is the next value of this 500? The 500 next value is the 200, right? So here I will get the 200. What is the next value of this 200? 300, right? So here I will get the 300. Here I will get the 300. So like this lead and lag works. For 300 next value is 450, so it will give me the 450. So whenever you have a requirement where you want to find out the next rows value or the previous rows value, we use a lead and lag function. Now let's see with the practical how actually we can use that. So I have this sales table. In this sales table I have a transaction date. So what actually I want to first sort the data based on the transaction date, based on the ascending to the descending. I want to find out the what is the previous amount, and I want to find out the next amount. So how actually I can write? So first let's see how actually we can use a lag. So first let's see about how to find out the previous amount value. So for that we will use a lag. So what I will write, select star comma lag, based on which particular column we want to find out the previous value based on the amount. So I will mention the amount, and after that I will use over, and we want to order based on the transaction date, order by transaction date, and from sales one, from sales one. So if I'll write this and if I'll execute this, now you will see one column got added. This is the new column. If I'll give the name as a previous sell something, now if I'll execute this, you can see this is the new column we have created. Now what actually it is doing, it is finding out the previous amount. So what is the previous amount of the 200? 500. So I am getting result 500. What is the previous amount of this 300? 200. So I am getting amount of 200. What is the previous amount of this 450? 300. So I am getting the 300. Now like this actually we can calculate the previous amount. Now you can see it is finding out the previous amount. Now suppose you had to find out the previous to the previous. Like what is the previous to previous amount of this 300? That is a 500, right? Now you want to step by 2. Then what actually you can mention? If you mention 2 here, then what will happen? You can see what is the previous to the previous of this 300? 500. So I am getting the 500. What is this 450? What is the previous to previous? That is a 200. So I am getting a 200. So step also we can mention. You only want the previous row, then you will use a 1, or you want if you will mention 2, then previous to the previous. The 2 steps it will give you the result. Now you can see the first row. let me mention one only. Now in the lag, suppose this first value, right, the before this one we don't have any value, that's why it is coming null. Now suppose this you want to handle and you want to make it 0, then you can mention 0. Then if you will execute this, now you can see, and because here previous value is not there, that's why it is coming as a 0. So like that actually we can find out the previous value. Now if you had to find out the next value, then what you will use? We will use a lead. So what we will use? Select star comma lead. Based on the amount we want to find out, so I will use amount. Here also the same concept, 10. We will use over order by transaction date, descending or ascending based on your requirement. We'll make it as a next salary from sales 1. Sales 1. Now if I'll execute this, what it will give me? It will give me the next salary. This is the next salary, right? So what is the next salary of this 500, 200, right? So I'm getting a 200 result. What is the next salary of 200, 300, right? So I'm getting a result of the 300. What is the next salary of 300? 450. So I'm getting a 450. Whenever you have to find out the next salary, you will go for the lead. Whenever you have to find out the previous amount of previous row, then you will go for the lag. So that's how actually we use a lag and a lead. And here if you will mention the two, so it will be happen based on the two steps. So you can see what is the next to next value 300, right? So I'm getting a 300. What is the next to next value 450? So I'm getting a 450. Means based on the two steps it is giving me the result. So that's how actually we can use a lead and lag. And now suppose you have to use it together, then how actually you will use? So I will use a select star from previous salary comma a lead next salary from sales 1. So if I'll write this and if I'll execute this, you can see we are getting amount, previous salary and the next salary. Now let's understand where actually we use this lead and lag. So you can see we have calculated the previous salary, we have calculated the next salary, and we have also the current salary, the current amount is given. Now what actually, suppose your requirement is like based on the previous date you want to compare and you want to compare your total sales, like how actually it was happening on the previous month or how actually it was happening on the previous day, comparing to the previous day how many sales happen, whether the sales is improving or not. So in that kind of the scenario, generally we use a lag and the lead. Whenever you have to compare with the previous date or the next date, or so in that kind of scenario we use a lag and lead. So I hope you got the idea.